Apex Live Trading Room starts now.
Yeah, Texas Instruments still staying pretty much where it bottomed out yesterday after market, after hours. But man, crushed.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big fall. Yeah. Yeah, after hours, the stocks got as high as, I think, 787 or so. Yeah. And I guess this morning it was up to about 787 as well and just couldn't punch through that level.
Well, and I see you're in that end phase, and I was just looking at this chart on the daily and on the weekly. Amazing falling wedge here. So in terms of a swing,
Yeah,
you're
it
in a
looks
good position,
great for a swing. Yep. But right now it's a day trade, so
Yeah, I hear you. But if you look here, you're sitting just at the pivot from 2019. So this is all going to be major support, sitting right there. And then on a swing basis, probably this lower trend line is going to be money right there. So
Yep. I like that analysis. I like that falling wedge there, Doc. Matter of fact, I like it so much, I actually did pick it up in my service today.
Nice.
In the small cap
Tell you
service.
what, man, they work so well. Check this out, PCG. I think I was talking about this one afternoon, and I told everyone, all right, I'm going to enter here in my swing position, my own portfolio. And they work so well here. Look at this bounce on PCG. Dividend paying company. So yeah, right here at major support. So pretty cool.
Look at that beautiful fall into it too. What's so great about these sort of falls, like Doc, like you have right there in your chart, and actually go back to the weekly if you could.
Weekly, sure.
Yeah, but I love highlighting this to folks that see this, where if you look at the previous bounce that occurred basically at the beginning of 25, and so you have that pivot, yep, right there. What happened right before it? It looks very similar to what's happening right now. We had a steep fall and then a very nice bounce up. And that's what generates when we usually have steep falls. And so you want to see some of these steep falls. You can go all through the chart and recognize these too. When we have gradual drifts up, we normally don't have huge steep falls, which obviously it can happen, but usually those steep falls generate big bounces. So they're great opportunities when you spot them on the chart, because then price can really react and bounce once it tags a support level.
Yeah, pretty cool.
So
they got picked this up last week somewhere in here around 13. And it looks like it put in I think a weekly bottoming tail there.
Yeah.
So no real volume to speak of, but still a good pattern with a follow through here on a bounce. And Coles, have you guys seen Coles?
We did see it.
Holy cow.
That is insane. Yeah, even flip that up on the weekly. That's what you have there right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
look at that. Look at that wick. I think it's interesting how price is now back within that major red candle on the weekly chart for March 10th. Price is now contained back within that on KSS.
Yeah, this is something I don't understand. So apparently they're paying dividends here, but they are, at least last quarter, they weren't profitable. I have to check to see if, and again, TradingView I found isn't the best for fundamentals, but apparently they're paying a dividend. Man, dividend paying stock beat down like this. 1992 support. Wow.
Makes you want to go buy some Coles. But it's kind of like a meme stock play.
Yeah, it is. Look at this bounce so far. I mean, even it
Look at
bounced
the daily though. It's reversed it. It's coming back to almost a gap fill.
Yeah.
From that crazy move.
Hey, welcome Mordecai. Mordechai saying 2 months in, just getting the hang of it. Nicely done. Said he's got a technical question. What is better when exiting fractionally, having FIFO, first in, first out, or LIFO, last in, first out, or what is recommended? And really, it doesn't necessarily matter, believe it or not. I mean, the last in, first out would likely work better as far as controlling your average, since we are adding to the positions, and then when we get into the money, sometimes we do take portions of those positions off. So that will likely align your average a little bit better. But ultimately, that is just simply for tax reporting at the end of the year. And it's how your brokerage communicates with the IRS. Has to do, like, say, if you get in with 100 shares, that's a lot of 100 shares. The very next entry is 100 shares. So then you got 200 shares. And if you sell 125, the first allotment that's going to be sold is going to be the first 100 would get sold, then 25 of the second allotment would get sold, leaving you 75 shares with your second allotment. And then the IRS needs to get a reporting on the profits of each one of those transactions. And that's just basically a way your brokerage does it. It doesn't really mess with your profits at all. It just changes the average to reflect basically what has happened, whether you set it up FIFO or LIFO. I know it's kind of hard to understand, but basically it doesn't matter, because it's really calculating what data it sends over to the IRS towards the end of the year.
Yeah, and the best way, so I agree with you. It literally has no implication on us as day traders. The only time it would matter is end of year, right? So for us, I don't plan on being in GEV more than a day or two. So whether I sell my shares that I bought at this price or shorted at this price or this other price today, it's all the same. It's a gain or a loss, right? And it's in this tax reporting year. It's only a matter of if you're like, let's say you're holding a position longer term into the end of the year, and you're like, all right, I want to take some off and take these shares that I have the bigger loss off so that I can take that deduction on the taxes off my gains. End of year, that matters, but has literally no implication for us as traders intra-year. Yeah, I don't honestly, I don't really even pay attention to it, because I'm such a short-term trader that, like, maybe on swing trades, occasionally I'll be like, all right, I made a ton of money this year. What's my biggest loser end of year? All right, let me just take that loss. That's when I might pay attention to it, just to offset some of the taxes, right? We'd always rather pay less taxes this year than next year, and you just kind of do it that way. Let me just look at this, guys. As if there was a big wall of support right here for some reason.
Nah, I don't see that. It's weird. I don't see a technical level there. That's kind of weird. What's that wall?
Look at the move. Like, all of a sudden, oh look, boom. And listen, I think it'll still come back in, but it's just, for those of you that are new, we joke around about this because obviously we have a lot of people in this trading room, and if we're all looking to unload 1/7 of, or essentially a quarter of our position at a certain price, it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb to the market makers, to other people. There's front runners that'll say, oh, well, I'll get out 50 cents ahead of it, stuff like that. And then that creates the buying that causes these little pops ahead of our level. The crazy thing is if it comes back down and it fills me, it'll probably flush lower. So I'm inclined now to lower my exit below my break even for it to be in the money now. In fact, I'm going to probably do that. I'll probably lower it a couple dollars. In fact, yeah, I will. We'll bring it down here.
There we go.
All right, I'm changing this, guys. Now they're going to play that game. I'll play it right back with them here. 613.77. There we go. Make a little bit of money off of it if it comes in.
They've taken a chapter out of my book, huh, Gareth? Posted it right there on the screen.
Yeah.
I know it was coming eventually.
Yeah, especially over lunch is when I like to, if I'm holding some over lunch, so that people, stay informed.
Well, you were in your meeting and I just saw your chart moving, but you weren't talking, and I was like, what's going on? Is there a ghost?
Yeah, I put that up so they could see my exit. Yeah, because I knew I was in a meeting and I was talking on a different video call. But yeah, that was live.
Doc, I think we've all taken chapters out of your book, especially that 1 minute chart.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I trade exclusively, pretty much on the not exclusively, but primarily on the 1 minute chart.
Well, the truth is that we've all taken chapters out of each other's books, and honestly, like you know, in residency, we do the same thing. So we have like 10, 15 attendings that train us, and the idea is to take their pearls, discard the ones that don't really work for you and make sense to you, and then use the ones that do. And that's how it becomes the practice and the art of medicine. It's the same way in really any profession. So
Yeah.
Very cool. It's collective groupthink in a way, but
yeah,
using just the finest and best elements of all of that really just hones in your skills as not only a physician, but then a trader or any profession, like you said. So yeah, I love it. That's what's so
right,
great about this room.
it's how society thrived, right? The farmer down the road saw the other farmer doing a certain technique, and they're like, oh, that actually works pretty well, and then just multiplied trillions and trillions of times, and now we have AI.
It is wild.
Yep.
Yeah, the AI. The one thing, and we were talking a little bit about this yesterday about jobs and stuff that could be taken. And one thing I was thinking about yesterday evening, Gareth, this is the first time we could have, and I don't want to call AI an organism, but a thinking creature that is more intelligent than we are on this planet. So that's where the really big game changing element I think comes in, where once it learns enough, and now all of a sudden we have something smarter than us here, we could be facing a lot of problems we just don't foresee.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. It's a whole new world.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, go back through, prehistory. I mean, what could equate out to whatever we've been able to, accomplish with this technology advancements? Like, there's nothing. There's nothing, and then all of a sudden, we're going to create something that could potentially be superior to us. That's kind of frightening.
It is. It is. It is. I think there's a lot of great benefits. For instance, like AI might be able to find cures to diseases much quicker than humans,
Mhm.
obviously, when calculating stuff. But
Yep.
then, my biggest fear, I always look at the negatives, right? Just like a trader, when I get into trade, my focus is not on, oh my goodness, I'm going to make so much money. It's okay, well, if this goes against me, how am I going to maneuver? And so my mindset is, okay, well, how does this go wrong? How do humans creating something superior to humans screw themselves over, right? I mean, that's really the essence of it. And there's so many possibilities for that it is honestly scary. Yeah.
What's wild is that we manifest a lot of these things too as humans, right? With Star Trek and some of the technology on there that we're now using. Same thing with what Star Wars and all these, fantasy stories, Terminator, you name it, iRobot, and then all of a sudden it's starting to almost happen. It's really amazing.
It is. It is.
Ahmed saying Lawton or Lotan. How can I get a hold of a VI polo shirt?
Nice.
We have a bunch of VI merch. We have a hat. This is VI Trader. I went through our stock of things and I saw a couple crop shot tops. Not sure what that was about, Gareth. Found some crop tops in the.
Oh, I used to sport those all the time.
I don't know. We talked about potentially selling merch. We're giving away merch, but
Yeah. I think the key for us, at least, is maybe if we don't sell it, we don't have anything up to be able to sell. It's not really a priority for us as traders, but I would say we could do giveaways where like we have a competition in the room or something, and that could be fun. Who has the best trade setup, or or something like that. Maybe we pick 3 people once a week, and they give a trade alert, and we see who has the best trade setup.
and then
Something
winner
like
gets a goodie
polo.
bag, some
Yeah.
VI merch.
Yep, that'd be fun.
That's cool. Like the takeaway chain.
It's okay, Ahmed. I'm just joking. I'm not upset. You spelled my name wrong. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and we ask for forgiveness up front. You know, we may mispronounce your name, so we apologize for that.
Yep.
So yeah, no
That's
big
fair.
deal. Yeah.
Andrew says, I want a comedic shirt with Dr. B on his suitcase scooter with Lawton chasing after him. Oh no. I don't know if you want that.
Can't catch me. Can't catch me, Lawton.
I know. He's like a little
I love
kid,
it.
man. This guy's like a little kid
I love
running
it.
around.
You gotta
Wow.
be. You gotta be. You know. You gotta stay young. Gotta stay young.
Is that
I like it.
how? Is that how it's you stay young?
That's it. Yeah. Have fun.
All right. I'll keep that in mind.
Spiders and Qs coming in pretty hard on this 10-minute candle.
What's the ticker, Alan, on Skynet?
I think he's winking there.
Skynet. Do you know what Skynet is, Dr. B?
No.
It's
Terminator 2.
Terminator.
It's the brains
Terminator,
behind the
Skynet.
machines. Yeah.
Controlled everything. It was the AI is the overlord.
No, I've
It
never.
basically
Have you seen
was.
Terminator, Dr. B?
Yeah, but it was so long ago. I was so young. You know.
If I can remember Skynet, surely you can, buddy.
Well, like, you think about it. Did they even call Skynet AI? I don't think they did they?
It was AI before AI.
Right. But really, we've had AI for a long time. We've had AI since what, Watson, IBM Watson, and what, the chess playing computer. So we've technically had AI for a really, really long time. This was something I remember Nick talking about when he was on the mic many years ago, you know, saying that a lot of the tech that we end up getting our hands on has already been developed like 20, 30 years prior. Just like crazy stuff where you're not even really understanding it. Much like how Pong was released, on either Atari or Coleco back in the late 70s, but apparently the guys at MIT were playing it back in the 50s.
I mean, I got a confession to make, Drew. You ready?
Oh, uh-oh. Yes, I'm not holding my breath.
I am AI.
I mean, we don't know. We all
No,
could be
I'm
machines.
literally AI. Like, you think I'm kidding, but I'm literally AI. I'm sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
I'm being serious. You don't believe me. How can I prove to you that I'm AI?
All right. Tell me where the price of Google is going to go after earnings.
Today, Google,
Yeah.
you want, well, when? How far after earnings?
Andrew's saying Asian intelligence.
How far after earnings?
Just today. Today after
Where is it going to
earnings.
go and bounce or pull back from?
Yeah, and
The
you know what? I even
exact
had
level
yeah, you're AI.
to the penny. I'm the AI.
Yeah.
I think Google is going to go to, it's going to go up on earnings and it's going to go to $200.04 exactly to the penny.
Wow. I think mine is here. Let me see. Let me see what my AI is telling me. I am seeing a move up. Ooh, mine's a little bit $200.05. $200.05. That's what I'm seeing there.
You're just copying me.
No,
You're
no,
actually just copying me.
no, not at all. That's funny that you came up with that number because here I'm
I
going to
came
say,
up with that level because of a trend line.
hey, me too. Me
It's
too.
the same trend line. As soon as you said that, I'm like, it's the same trend line.
It could be. Let's see. Let's see. Mine's from a parallel. Let's see here. All right. So I've got this longer term parallels on Google. And if I come down here to today, it's right at, and that's the thing that's hard about it. You know, I got to really zoom in here. I don't think I want to call the 199.85. I think right. Like, oop. Yeah, see, I can't even really get it to stay on there. $200.06. Pierced that 50% area of the parallel. And I've seen Sivaram did post a comment saying that apparently someone bought a whole bunch of it. You didn't say or specify Sivaram. I'm assuming those are call options. But he said someone bought huge $210 options for Google. Do you see anything? I'm guessing those are call options, maybe not put options, but regardless, if Google does go up, I'm seeing this area that likely is going to get tested. This 50% area to parallel. Notice too when it's stringing up on this 50%, see how it hits gap fill over on the left side of the screen? Right here. Oh, right there. So it's not that far away. We got, and you know, technically that kind of has been gapped over, but still, this would be an area of targeting resistance. And then we also have that further gap fill near all-time highs up here at 206. I don't know. This stock is definitely overdone in the near term. So if it does pop, I would almost anticipate selling after the pop. Now I want to see your trend line, Lawton. What trend line you got going on here?
You sure you want to see it?
Yeah, let's take a look.
All right, let me share my screen. My trend line on Google is this one.
Ooh,
Bing,
beauty.
bing, bong, bing, bong.
Dude, I like
204.
it.
That's it.
All right, so now we have two traders eyeing the same level on Google for a move
Yeah,
up.
except for mine is a cent ahead of yours, I guess.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell where that dotted line is right there, but roughly $200, basically $200, right around that range.
Yep.
I've just been looking at charts here, but you guys are talking about what, where resistance is on Google or what?
Oh yeah.
We're just start to be. I'm an AI. I am AI.
Yep. So I was testing his AI capabilities and asked him, where is Google going to go after earnings?
Gotcha. I have a trend line. What did you guys say? 200 and what?
4 cents.
Yep. I got
204?
205 cents. 205, 206. Yep.
Let me see. I have a trend line at 207.46. Be
Okay.
a big move on Google. That's like a 7% move. No, 9%. Yeah, I doubt
And
it gets there, but
it's already valued at 2.31 trillion. Big company.
I'll tell you, I think they're probably going to see a huge drop off in searches because of ChatGPT
Mhm.
and Gemini.
Mhm.
Is Gemini Google or no? Gemini's just linked
Google.
into Google, isn't it?
Mhm.
Gemini's Google.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, but ChatGPT obviously isn't Google. So
No.
question is, what do people use more?
I think Google is still Google, man. I think it's
It's not going anywhere.
tough, man. Like it's Google. You know?
Right. That's the hard part with it, right? To really understand that it could potentially go away. Anything could go away, and it has, right? But I have to think that with the all the good minds within the company of Google, they're going to figure a way to pivot.
Yeah.
With the new search.
I mean, they already have Gemini.
They do. But think about when the internet first came out. We didn't have any sort of ads all over the place. We didn't have skyscraper banners. We didn't have any of these pop-up windows. Then all of a sudden came the era of the pop-up, right? And then pop-ups just were everywhere, and it just became a nuisance. And then now most all of the advertisements are contained right there on the web page. So I have to believe that they're going to figure a way to still inject advertisements into some of the AI results that we do search on. I just don't know how they're going to do it yet. They're going to have to. They're going to have to generate it. These AI data centers require so much power, and for all of us going on there, creating whatever image we want, or doing any work with AI, all essentially for free. We're going to have to figure a way to monetize that with advertisements.
Sure.
Jim, I'm glad you.
They said the same thing about Yahoo. Yep, that's true. Yahoo was never going to die. Internet Explorer was never going to die, but then it did. Netscape was never going to die. But then
Right.
it did.
Yeah. I forgot about Netscape.
Everyone else did. Fallen Shoulder, RIP. RIP.
I remember what Alta Vista, I think, was one of the first search engines I used. Is that even still around?
Jim mentioning CNC starting to wake up. Yeah, it's up 5% today. Didn't quite get to that pivot low I've been waiting for. Let's see here on the chart.
58.
Right here, I was waiting for this. Just didn't happen.
Getting really close there to Jack saying, "Remember MySpace?" Yeah, man. I actually liked MySpace. I thought it was pretty cool.
And then what happened was Facebook killed it.
I know.
And now Facebook is going down slowly. Still around a little bit, but definitely lost. And then there's Snapchat, right? Snapchat was huge. Everyone went to Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah, it's just kind of the evolution of things. I mean, we were talking, like I said earlier, we were talking about the jobs being lost, and I think I brought up like horse and buggies and carriages that people aren't using anymore. We got cars, right? And yeah, it leaves a business in the wake, but then it just creates all these new businesses. So like new car businesses, new tire businesses, new brake businesses, new oil changing businesses, et cetera. It's just all these new businesses just spawn out of the automobile. Just the way of life on this planet, basically. When thing's over with, we get in and move into something else.
Yeah, if you think about the single most, invention, right, that advanced society. And you think about the automobile being able to get things places and do things quicker at a much more rapid pace. I would say it's probably top 3. Praveen saying Hims is going crazy. Let's see what Hims is doing. Yeah, 15%. Wow. Oh yeah. Just over and over and over again. David asking about the CNC wedge. It's not the best wedge, honestly. Kind of a stretch to make it a wedge. In terms of the measured move, it's probably already there. Again, this really isn't a wedge. I mean, it's just not well formed. So just about there. Be your measured move right there.
I love the measured moves.
Yeah, I would say,
Oh man.
this is what? 10% off the lows. You're still or sorry, 10% off this support, you're still 70% off the highs. And in more recent weeks, you're 50% off. So you're starting to see the stock become alive. You know, there's even though we've bounced 7% on a swing basis, you know, you might consider picking up maybe a smaller position than you would have here. And then if the price comes down here, so let's say you were going to enter this $10,000, right? Just to keep it simple. You could enter 5,000 here. Then if it comes down to here, you add. Now your average is right here. So it's basically where it was here at the lows. So I've been doing that lately, and that's really helped, because that way you don't miss a snapback, right? You don't miss this snapback, and you still get skin in the game.
It's a great strategy.
We're gonna take 820s off at our break even. Is my plan. Got real close to it. Got about 7 cents away from it. Let's see if we can get another push higher on ENPH and get out. For a nice gain.
Yeah, it's a good point there, Darnell. Darnell saying, speaking of automobiles, if and when folks do switch over to electric, say that tech gets good enough, it's going to really cut out a lot of mechanic jobs because they require less maintenance. Yep.
Is that true? Is that true? That
I was telling
there's
my
less maintenance
father-in-law
on
the other day.
electricity?
I mean, I haven't done anything on my Tesla. It's 3 years old. I've put
You don't have to take it for maintenance every 10K miles or whatever?
You know, I think they recommend like tire rotation, just like every car. I mean, I have almost 30,000 on my car, and I haven't done anything to it.
You should probably take your car in, Dr. B. I feel like you should get
Yeah, I was
that
looking up
checked out.
Tesla, the longest, the highest amount of mileage on a Tesla, 1.2 million miles.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. What's the battery capacity in that?
Well,
Like,
I
has
think
it dwindled?
I think they had to change the battery and even the drivetrain a couple times, but
Oh, gotcha.
I think that it's surprising that electric cars have less maintenance. I guess you still need oil and stuff, right, in your vehicle? I don't
no,
know. No?
you need windshield wiper fluid. That's it.
Windshield wiper fluid?
That's it.
Dude, I took my car is getting maintenance right now, and the 40K mile maintenance, I have to pay like 4K or something just for maintenance.
Yeah, no, I haven't spent a
That's
dime on it.
crazy. That's crazy.
Well, we got folks commenting here also. Jessica saying I've had my Tesla since 2017 and never took mine in either. And looks like John
Yeah, what about
said,
the brakes? Like Richard said, what about the brakes? You have to change
Well,
your brakes.
the thing is, most of the time you use your regenerative braking. So, like, I rarely use my brakes. So the
Yeah,
brakes,
That's insane.
yeah,
That's
I'm
crazy.
telling you, it's unbelievable.
now, have you ever heard about? I've wondered about that too because my Accord's got the regenerative braking too. We've got like little paddles on the side of my steering wheel, and I very rarely use the brakes as well. And when will that system wear down? The regenerative brakes. You know what I mean? What's the lifespan of that?
You know, I don't know, but
Crazy.
it's it's really just like copper, wire, I think, wound up in a magnet,
Mm-hmm.
just like the motor, just I guess in the reverse, and it could last forever. I mean, for your lifetime, right?
That's awesome.
That's wow. That's really honestly incredible. I never knew that that could even be a thing.
Yeah.
No maintenance on a EV. I'm looking to get a new car relatively soon because my brother's coming to town. My brother's moving in with me, so I need to get a second car anyways. But I wonder if all electric vehicles are like good. I'm just scared because I know if there's like salt water, then those things will explode, right? And I live in a flood zone, but of course, I'm gonna move my car, or I'm not gonna leave my car in my garage if there's a flood, right? I gotta take it out and move it. But
Oh wow,
Yeah.
Joseph. Wait, this is gonna blow your mind, guys. Sorry, I know you're talking about your house. Joseph's saying that the highest mileage Tesla is 3.1 billion.
no, he launched it into space, bro.
Still, technically.
He didn't drive.
I was gonna say that is okay, completing a full orbit in 500.
You didn't.
Okay.
You didn't even try and finish reading what he said.
No, I didn't. I didn't. I
You
didn't
didn't
finish the
even.
sentence.
You didn't even. You didn't even like.
Joseph, that was definitely a fake out there.
No, he didn't even try and fake you out. Literally, I'm reading his message right now. The Tesla Roadster launched into space. Okay, that's the
No.
fifth
Look at the first
phrase.
message though. Look at the first message.
Dr. B, you're wrong. Oh, the highest mileage on Tesla's 3.1 billion. Okay, but it's your fault for believing it then. Okay, I don't feel bad. Like, come on. Like, let's be real here.
Man, Mara's getting crushed here. Look at Mara's chart.
Exactly. Cody says billion didn't set you off. Listen, Dr. B is he's too friendly. He'll believe too many things that he sees online or from people. Like he believes there's two sides of the moon. There's only one.
It's a big flat disc of cheese, right?
Yeah, Laura says my second car is a Land Cruiser 98. Dude, I've been looking at some like old Land Cruisers or old Defenders. Super, super awesome cars.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, Philip, I did say that. They've got these little, just like gear shifting paddles on some steering wheels. The Honda Accord actually has paddles right behind the steering wheel that control the regenerative braking. I can initiate those whenever I like.
Yeah, there you go, Philip.
Is there a trade on Mara, Dr. B? That you like?
I don't know. I'm looking for the support. I mean, I don't really see. You've just blown through this support, broken down here from this trend line. I don't really see. Maybe here.
Quite a bit
See if it
lower,
forms
huh?
a wedge.
Yeah, you're looking for intraday pattern at that point.
Yeah, I like my
yeah.
wedges.
For sure.
This is just weak, right? It was very, very weak off the open. Check this out right here. See this? Here's your pre-market lows, right? Pre-market lows. They also had very bad news, right? Here's a little tidbit for you guys. So you have, what was the news today? $850 million convertible note, right? It's essentially an offering. So they're diluting the shareholders. So what I do when I see offerings, I say to myself, okay, what percentage of the market cap is that offering, right? So just quickly, right? So let's just say round up the 850 to 1 billion. So 1 divided by 6, it's like almost 20% of the company. That's a huge offering. Sometimes you'll see like 5%, 10%, 2%. Ooh, this is likely, let's see, is this the reversal on Mara? There's a huge candle here. See what the volume
Oh,
is.
nice reversal candle there.
Yeah, a lot of volume. You could play it like a bottoming tail. It's a 1 minute bottoming tail. You could enter on the 50% retrace. I'll give a dealer's choice and then put your stop here. I'd probably trade it up to 1721 or 1746.
All right, there's your dealer's choice if you guys are interested in forcing a trade.
But anyway, that's a huge dilution to the shareholders. 20%, basically like 15-20% of their shares are now are worth less, right?
Wow.
That seems like a lot, but it seems like retail
Yeah.
would see that and not really know what to do with that. You know, like they would look at that
Well, I
and
think
wouldn't
enough
really
people know, like
understand it.
enough people know here to sell. I mean, there's been, it's down 14%.
Yep. Okay,
Might be
I
a
have a
reversal.
question. I'm curious for you guys out there, particularly for you guys in the chat. Actually, let me take a look at this. I like we all are traders now, right? Like we're all traders, and we had different paths to get here. Like Dr. B is a doctor, and I was doing marketing. Drew was a professional golfer. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I wish.
But we all have different paths
Semi-pro,
to
right?
get here. So I'd be curious, and I'd love to know from you guys in the chat to see what your background is and how you guys kind of got into trading.
That is great, because you're right. The traders and investors aren't necessarily investors straight out the gate, right? It's
Yeah.
kind of like a second career, if you will.
Yeah, so I'd love to see from you guys from the chat where your background is, what your experience is.
And Kush saying Texas Instruments is crashing. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's coming down. My initial level on day trading that today was basically the 185 range. Not too far away. It's a little too late in the day for me to be interested in taking it. Guess we could have another dealer's choice in that regard. Let me at least pull that up to show you what I'm looking at. All right, so here's TXN. Here, let me get rid of this fib. You can see this is from pivot low here back in February 13th, 24 to pivot low here in April 19th of 24, strung all through this price action. We're running straight down into it. Plus, we've got all this consolidation. So that's where that level comes from. There's no gap fill or anything. It's just a single trend line in a big, massive extended move. So 185.50 basically. Let's zoom in a little bit more. 185.50. Yep.
Okay, we're getting some responses here. Just want to read some of these out. It's really cool to see everyone's background. More guys from gold buying business, Charlie's television production for 25 years in real estate. Jessica also real estate, and she does both. Rich is in nursing school. Nice. JP's robotics engineering college dropout and telecoms construction project manager. Steve is a guitar teacher. Awesome. Joseph was a self-employed auto glass and tint company. That's cool. Deep does retail, restaurants, commercial real estate. Stella's software engineer. Trin's flipped houses. Tamara was a headhunter. Ahmad ATM business. Richard was in the Navy and fire service. Custom home builders. Joseph Robertson Tech. That's so cool.
It is awesome.
Cool.
I was asking, can you please look at Palantir? Sure. I do have Palantir's been pushing up nicely. Past hour, basically. Next level I've got on Palantir's right up here. Zoom in on that too. Now it could stall out right here with this consolidation. You see these areas of consolidation on the 10-minute chart. Next level on at 154.68, basically 154.70, at a buck higher. And spiders, look at them just lifting like this too, in the cues.
John's a garlic farmer. That's so cool. I love reading all this stuff, guys.
Oh, cool. Check that out, what Charlie said. Charlie's saying, Tell Drew I was a producer with the PGA Tour Productions for about 5 years. That's awesome. You know what? I met this, went on a trade show up to Canada, like the big golf show up in Toronto. And I met a guy named Jason Whitmer, who's based out of Jacksonville, and he worked on the PGA Tour Productions too. Wonder if you guys overlapped. He did a lot of those videos where they were kind of behind the scenes of event operations, but he would also get a player or two and interview them. And oh man, ENPH was 2 cents. Are you kidding me?
Yep. 2 cents. Yep. It is what it is. Constantine's an analytical chemist. All right, man. That's so cool.
That is awesome.
Orthopedic massage therapist for 17 years. Julian's a retired real estate private equity managing director. Cool.
Matt's a transportation broker. Awesome.
That's so cool. Tornell, surviving life has been my job for my whole life. Been retired since 2005. Nice.
That's awesome.
James, I can't read that out loud, but
Congratulations.
happy for you, buddy. Congratulations, buddy.
It's a dream job for most 20-year-olds, right?
Yeah, that's Gareth's dream job for right now, right? I would say.
YOLO, you know what I'm saying?
Brian saying trucking business, real estate, awesome. Cool.
Yeah, I figured, James, but if it was true.
Dude, that was awesome, man. I mean, I have no problem with that.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
I might have seen your work. Angie was an investment banker, went to business school, developed luxury homes, and now trade. Now that kids are in college and love it. Awesome. So happy that you're here. Tim says agronomy. What is that? Agronomy?
Agronomy, yeah.
What is
So
that?
like at golf courses, they have, and I'm not sure if he was specifically in the golf industry, but they have, let's say, high-end golf courses, the head agronomist, that person gets paid very nicely to make sure that they are doing basically quality control of the turf. They're doing all the, plug sample testing and getting the right chemicals and putting down the right pounds of nitrogen and per square foot, et cetera.
Oh, markets are ripping. That's cool though. Tim says plant science. Cool.
That's awesome. That's like very similar to my background, guys, with analytical chemist, the plant science. As far as in school, professionally, I just wanted to play golf. I think James' profession tops the cake, though. That's a pretty cool one. Way to go, James.
One says, spent most of my life running sales teams, swing trading since I was 13. Wow. And fell into day trading before COVID. Wow, that's crazy. Started early. Jeff says, my background is similar to Gareth's. Managed money from 93 to 2021. Tax strategist, cool. Yeah, Cody, you're You're right. How could you tell?
Darnell says that. Yeah, that reminds me of Caddyshack. I love that movie. Is what he said. Yeah, me too. What an awesome movie. I wish they made movies like that still. Just really dumb, good comedies.
What is okay, Jackie says phlebotomist. I don't know what that is. Open a construction company and trucking company. Nice.
Well, Jake, we did have news break. What about a European Union potential tariff deal?
That was a while ago though. I can take a look. I know that Semi's just ripped.
Hmm.
Phlebotomist draws blood. Okay. Um yeah, Sox did hit my level for a day trade at 755. Okay. Russia and Ukraine and the Istanbul peace talks. So I don't know if that means that they ended it on a good note or a bad note. It just means that they're done with the talks.
Okay. I don't think Putin has yet met with Zelensky. I've been reading that they're getting closer to doing something like that. That would be very good if we were to come to a conclusion with that conflict.
I was in Maine and I swear to God I saw a guy that looked just like Zelensky. Like he looked identical to him. And I told my girlfriend Katie, I was like, dude, Zelensky, he looks just like him. She's like, it really does. And I was gonna go ask him for a photo, but I think that'd be weird. I'm sure he gets it all the time, but he's anyways.
Could have been. Who knows?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know that Zelensky would be like in Acadia National Park.
Like no big deal, right? Like
No
nothing's
big
going on.
deal. We're at war, but it's fine. I'm at
Yeah.
Acadia National Park, checking out Maine. I
Yeah.
don't think it's him.
Yeah. Like Lawton, how many lobster rolls have you eaten? Zelensky, I've eaten 5 today.
Dude,
Something.
I was gonna say like this guy looks like so much like Zelensky. I was like, what if we did like a social experiment where I took this American guy and we had a camera crew, we followed him and we flew him to Russia and see what had happened. But I don't think it would go. I don't
Oh,
think it would go very well. But he
and
looks
you.
just like Zelensky, but I think he's an American dude. But he looked like doppelganger. Not even kidding.
Wow. Wow. They do say like everybody has not really a clone, but at least a look-alike, right?
Yeah. And yes, I do look at that profile. It is a pretty good source of news.
What time
I
frame are you talking about, Ulysses, for Palantir?
Lawrence says, imagine this whole time Zelensky is just a paid actor called Jeff from Maine. And I was the one who discovered him. Found out he's a fraud. Um, Steven says, I was in a systems engineer in oil and gas, moved into running an engineering business, now semi-retired. Used to be an avid rural investor crawling over annual reports. I don't think anyone bothers with that anymore. I feel like Dr. B does. That seems like something Dr. B would do. David was radio on air and then talent consulting for 20 years. Then COVID gave me tons of downtime, and I found crypto and trading. Awesome, David. That's so cool. We might need some of your help because you can tell our on air presence can use some work. Sox is popping up. Hit my entry level 755 and is now pushing up. At TXN dumping. I see that.
Yeah, that's hitting that trend line right now. I'm going to be stepping off the mic in about 15 minutes, so I'm not interested in getting into a trade right now.
And I'm supposed to be in a meeting right now, but Dr. B unfortunately got his power cut by the powers that be.
Oh, really? I did not know that. Jeez.
He said on Telegram. He said
Uh,
he's gonna connect to hotspot.
Gotcha. Yep, I'm just pulling it up now.
Yeah.
But the TXN, part of TXN actually does look pretty good right here, that 185.50 level. What you do, you have a culmination of just big selling pressure. And here I got Palantir on the screen. Palantir is actually looking pretty good too. Between the two, I would rather take. Well, actually, you know what? With the spiders up this much, it's in an awkward position right now because I would likely want to short a Palantir as opposed to buy along here. But we've gotten a decent bounce right now off of that 185.50 level. Look at that beautiful. Oh, it didn't tag that trend line. Basically kissed it right here. This is a dealer's choice. We could at least bounce up to at least this 186.50 to probably about 187 on TXN.
See, Sarwan saying pharmacist, 2 sons, older, 1 doctor, professor, and 1 younger is 1 CPA. My wife's a teacher, older daughter, a law doctor, OBGYN specialist, and wow, that's crazy. And this is so cool because I know that we're supposed to be the pros, but I feel like there's so much that we can, at least for me, that I can learn from you guys. It doesn't necessarily have to be trading, but our collective group has so much, like, a wealth of knowledge. I think that's really cool to be part of a
100%.
community like that.
Right? 100%.
All right, guys. I'm just going to cut ENPH right here, 36.61.
Ooh, 36.62.
36.62. All right, I got filled at 36.62. I'm just cut it, 36.62. Small loss, $36.62. I'll make that money back up tomorrow. Whatever. I cut it. It's just sitting here and making me lose my mind. $500 loss. I mean, relatively small. I have to protect ourselves from downside. Remember, guys, I was one penny from potentially stopping out. I was looking for a stop below 36. So my stop exactly was $35.89. But it never got there. Luckily, thankfully, we did add and we just stuck through it. And we came out relatively unscathed, $500 down. It's like half a trade. It is what it is. We take that loss on the chin and we'll keep going, man. Live to fight another day. We're still up, almost 7K for the day. So happy with that. Okay.
Yeah, that's actually a good point, Lawton.
Yeah. Do I think this favors a move to the upside? Yes. Do I love this level for a swing? 100%. Amazing level. But I don't want to hold this overnight, guys. I'd rather just get back into it tomorrow if it's at a better level. Make some money. Okay.
And
So
if it's not, we can find another level on another stock.
I'll
Right?
just trade socks, man. I mean, socks hit my level, and it bounced, and I could have already been in and out of that trade. But instead, I'm watching this stupid ENPH up and down, 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 losing my mind.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Welcome back there,
Welcome
sir.
back, Dr. B. All right, guys,
Thanks.
I'm gonna step off for a second. I have to go to a meeting, but I
All right.
exited ENPH.
There you go.
Cool.
Well, welcome back, Doc. Glad you were able to get an alternate source of power there. Or
Yeah,
at
I
least connection
actually
to the internet.
so what happened was, this never happened before. I had like 8 breakers trip in my house when this huge storm came through. So I couldn't figure out why my Ethernet wasn't going back on. It's because the power to the modem was off. So we had to go over and turn the breakers back on before we got internet. My hotspot just wasn't enough power for the whole system. I have a pretty big system at the house, so it just StreamYard wouldn't work. And anyway,
Oh, what a headache. Well, way to navigate that, Doc.
just want to point this out here. So the reason I called that dealer's choice on Mara was this right here. All right, so let me share my screen. This is a very, very important point if you guys want to be mean reversion traders. So Mara, again, let's go to the 1 minute. So Mara, weak all day, weak, right? Broke these pre-market lows, flushed, got crushed at the open. And came down here, then broke these lows, got crushed, and then what happened was it flushed lower, and then you have this long tail, right? So bottoming tail with volume, that tells you the odds of a reversal after like being down so much, probably like 80 to 90%. So that's where, and what did I say? I said, hey, I'd probably take it up to about 1721, right?
Yep.
So there you go. 1% move.
That's
Nice.
beautiful.
So this is called capitulation. This volume spike here
Yep.
with this long tail, that's capitulation. And I know you guys know that. I'm just talking for the young bucks in the group, right?
It's important to see that.
Yep. We saw it in real time too, didn't we?
Yep. There, that shows that conviction. It even gave it the momentum to push all the way back out up there. The Pierce of 17 all the way up to 1722. It's a big move
Yep.
for that small stock. Horan saying it's almost like it's Mercury retrograde or something, right? There's been so many instances like that that have been affected that I've noticed more so on this Mercury retrograde. We just got a lot of whippy price action going on. Look at MedP, whippy price action. Look at what were the other ones we were looking at today? KSS, whippy price action. Look at what was the other stock that ran? Not iRobot. Was it iRobot? Yeah, actually, iRobot today pushed up about. It's currently up 15%, but it did push up 18%. Got a lot of big moves in some of these stocks. Brian F, the area there for TXN was, I talked about that and showed it on my screen there too, was 185.50. And I said, I was about to hop off the mic in 15 minutes. That would have been the level for a long play. But, especially with what Doc just said with volume, let's take a look at this chart with TXN and then show you that, yes, we did get a bottoming tail, but we didn't get the volume there with it. And so that's what's critical too. I'm going to flip on my volume. And also the bottoming tail detector, you can see, boom, beautiful 1 minute bottoming tail so far has produced a bounce and bull flag. Look at the volume down here on this bottoming tail. These are the things that, in afternoon day trading, we certainly can make trades in the afternoon, but we'd get less signals. And then also too, the moves are generally not as large. So you get less signals and you also have moves that are less in distance because the volatility isn't there. So that all of that reduces your probabilities. Now we can take what I would say. Now I've had some good day trades in the afternoon session. I've had some really good ones that have been just normal style day trades, but we've had heavy volume and heavy volatility in those stocks. In the afternoons, if I was going to be entering any new trades, they likely will just be small scalps in the afternoon. And we can scalp, but we wouldn't be looking for as much as what we would on the morning. Like, for example, this move up is about what, 0.2%, 0.4. 0.3, now currently 0.29% from the low if we peg the low, and I actually did call the low within a penny. But still, it's certainly a dealer's choice. I do think that it could go up to about 187, but there again, the spiders are already up so much. We're going right into 3 o'clock time frame where a huge push like this could see a little bit of profit taking coming in towards the end of the day, which would then be headwinds for TXN. Especially if we start bear flagging here, I'm left with minimal time. So I'd just be in and out of this, basically 50 cents where we're at right now, and I'd be out. Here, Dr. B, it looks like Jay was asking about FI for you. Says, what's your opinion?
Yeah, I saw that. I was just looking at that chart. So FI, I was trading this earlier today. Let me show you my chart here. So FI, let me see what your question is. Swing account, what's your pitch? Well, it's done well. I'm seeing signs of capitulation. Okay, so you're short. Looks like you're short FI. Yeah, amazing, amazing. Definitely signs of capitulation here, right? So if you look at, first of all, you've come to like a major pivot high from 2021. So this was the high of the 2021 market, right? Before the bear market. So this is a really big level. You also have a very low weekly RSI. There's probably, yeah, it's low on the daily. Got a ton of volume today and a snapback. Obviously this would have been ideal here to cover, but what you can do is, let's go like intraday to the 10-minute. Probably what I would do if I were you, I would set a stop either up here or up here. This probably does rebound. This is a pretty severe fall here. Yeah. So I think it probably does snap back.
Off a steep fall like that, yeah, probably, right?
If you look at how far you're off the highs, I mean, at one point you were almost 50% off the highs. And check this out. There you go. That's why it bounced there.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
two converging trend lines, oversold, 50% off the highs. Yep. I think, in a like if the S&P starts downtrending and this stays weak, probably ends up here at 109. But be a pretty big sell-off. Yep.
Way to go, Lawrence. Lawrence says he just grabbed 35 cents on TXN. He says, that'll do me. Very nice. Very nice. And Kush, yeah, that's actually, it's some code written by one of our members. And that's actually what generates that information you see there on that screen.
Hey, cool, Linda. Yeah, you know what I probably need is I've thought about having a battery backup for both the computer and the Wi-Fi. It's probably pretty important when I'm in big positions, and I don't have a chance to put a stop in. Ajay saying thanks, Dr. B. What will be the right TP level? Like a 134 level stop looks great. Thank you. Okay, so FI. You mean sorry, Ajay, are you long or short this?
Yeah, I read it the way you did too, Doc. It looked like it was
confusing me.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ajay asking, I don't understand the implications of Rule 201 that got triggered on this today. I'm not sure what you mean.
All right, guys, I will have to hop off. I'm going to get ready for trading the close. Doc and Ben will take you into the close. Ben's about to hop on here in just a second. But always a pleasure being on here with you, Doc.
You too, man. Yeah, great to chat with you. Have a good
Hey,
one.
bye. Thank you, sir. You too. Take care.
Thanks, Linda and Darnell. Ben, are you there?
Yeah, Dr. B. I was listening for you. I couldn't hear you, so I thought it was on my end.
Oh, no. I just didn't know if you had logged on. Yeah, good to have you.
Thanks. Good to see you.
Yeah, what's new? What are you looking at today?
Well, a couple of the stocks were heading quite a bit higher today. Let me see if I can show my charts. We got UVXY. Let me see. Add a stage. All right, so here's UVXY. This thing has dropped a lot lately. It's quite incredible to see the fear and greed index just continuing to fall. The VIX is at $15.40. You don't see it this low very often. I mean, back in December, it did get down to $12.81, but wow, it's pretty low. So Constantine saying, guys, I'm still in ENPH. Does it look bearish? Let me take a look. So here's the chart on ENPH. Got this nice down sloping trend line. So on the daily time frame, it's got a little bit of work to do, right? So you got to get to this back to this up down sloping trend line before we're eventually going to get a nice bid. Let's go to the 1 minute chart and see what's going on here. I thought Dr. B was going over the ENPH chart. That's what it looked like anyways. So you had a lot of resistance basically at Lawton's break even and never got quite there before he cut it. As of right now, it looks like it was a good exit. Got down, it's not quite down to what his last ad level was, but overall it got to the lower end of the volume multiplier band. If it drops below this low pivot here at 36.23, then yeah, it's likely to go lower. I do remember we did have, I thought we had a 10-minute bottoming tail, but we don't have a 10-minute bottoming tail on this chart. The body of the candle is too big for a 10-minute bottoming tail. Go ahead, Dr. B. You were about to say something.
Yeah, I know you heard I was getting ready to say something. Yeah, I'm seeing it bearish. Kind of like you're saying, if it drops below here, then I think we go lower. If you look at the stock, right, been very weak all day, very, very weak all day, like a Mara, right? Mara's been weak. So just getting crushed here to the downside, forming this bear flag. This is essentially a bear flag or a rising parallel. And so when you see swift breakdowns like this huge red candle, that tells me that we're probably going lower. Not always, but definitely likely. And I think if you get to the point where this starts to really flush and break down here, I think it probably goes down even lower, right? Than this line. Once it breaks the lows, the intraday lows, very, very bearish. So I think that Lawton's exit was
Pretty
probably
spot on.
spot on. Yeah.
You are going to have a lot of support prior to the breakdown at 36.09, and then a lot of support at $36. The even number of $36. So we'll see which one plays out first, right?
Sure. Yep.
ENPH is down 14% on the day. It did have a nice bounce off the lows. Well, actually, it was only about a 2% bounce off the lows. So that's I was really anticipating a much bigger bounce than that. Let's see.
Yeah, I think this is the issue, right? These sales have been hit, and these key tax credits is like the main reason. So solar, EVs, they all rely on tax credits. And so when they're taken away, it's a huge huge hit to the business.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Nope, Charles, same thought process. You see the drop on TXN? Had a nice
You mean
rollover.
right now?
Yeah. Like the market's just, well, at least TXN and ENPH decided they wanted to roll over.
Yeah. Wow.
And GEV, it's going higher.
Here you go, Ben.
Crazy.
Here's another example for you. Broke those lows of the day. I was talking about this right now on ENPH. And so if you break the lows of the day on ENPH, something like this is likely to happen, right?
Yep.
See this breakdown here on Mara this morning, Ben? Check this out. This was epic. So here's your pre-market low.
Okay.
So lower highs basically, right? Lower highs. It's trying to bounce, can't bounce, and then boom, flush at the open. Stock got crushed. Here's another example of breaking the lows of the day, intraday lows. Let's see if that happens to ENPH here.
Well, look at FI though. FI broke the lows of the day, and now it's well above that.
Oh, you mean right here?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, it did have a nice fall after it broke the lows of the day pre-market.
Oh, pre-market. Yep. There you go. Yep.
Yeah, it dropped another 6%, actually. Yeah. And now it's recaptured that, and now it's continuing higher. So it's interesting to see that some of them will do that and recapture and continue higher, and then other ones will just continue to sell off. My struggle is trying to figure out which ones actually do that, continue to roll over, and and when to get in.
Well, I have a course coming on that, Ben, so you can learn.
All right. Sounds good. I dig it. All right. So Tesla. Have you talked about Tesla yet?
No, go ahead.
What's up? Did you know, Ben, that Tesla needs no maintenance? You don't even use your brakes. You have regenerative brakes, and on top of that,
Ben knows that.
I know, because you know, it's so funny. While you're in my ear telling me that exact thing, Dr. B, Ben was telling me in person the same exact thing from across the room. You were both telling me the same thing, talking about regenerative brakes, how you don't use your brakes at all, and how there's no maintenance. It's the greatest thing ever. Also,
It's
I just gotta say,
revolutionary.
look at that exit on ENPH, huh? Look at that.
It was incredible.
Great job.
Anyways, all right, continue.
Well, that's all I was. Okay, Tesla. Speaking of regenerative braking, here's the Tesla chart. So we've got this upsloping trend line. So it actually favors a breakdown on the back of earnings. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what actually transpires with this chart. If we start breaking, if we go to the upside, we're going to have a level right here at 255, and then we've got 260. I said 365. So 356 and then 365 could go up to 367. Overall, this is if we can stay above this upsloping trend line, this is bullish for Tesla. We start breaking this upsloping trend line, then it's bearish for Tesla. What I've seen oftentimes is, yeah, you get second and third hits, but as soon as price action starts getting further and further away from this upsloping trend line, then you've got what's called a leapfrog pattern, right? So a low, a high, a low, a higher high, higher low, and then you just got this massive move to the upside. So we'll see if Tesla's has that same kind of chart pattern. See if it plays out. Overall, it's not doing a lot today. Jay's asking, how about shorting ENPH if likely to go lower?
Nope, not interested. Sorry.
Well, really keep in mind that we say it's likely to go lower if it's an if statement, right? So if this, then this happens. But right now, ENPH is continuing higher. We can hear talking in the background. There we go. So we did break.
You guys are just yapping. Sorry.
So we did have this nice break of this upsloping trend line. First hit, second hit. It was actually it favored a bounce off this level. Now, so it's retracing. So if you guys were interested in shorting it, then this would be the spot that you would short it at 36.38, and then look for a continued move to the downside. If it recaptures this upsloping trend line, then it's likely to go higher. So this is how we play the game, right? Based on the fact that it's down 14.53%, this isn't a play that I would play for a short. All
yeah,
right.
Darnell, interesting. Oh, were you going to comment on that, Ben?
Nope, I didn't. I was just noticing or mentioning that I was back. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Darnell saying one of the advantages of robots, they probably need very little maintenance. However, the people that they're replacing need a lot of maintenance, including 2 15-minute breaks, lunch breaks, sick leave insurance, and all other kinds of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I do think AI will replace the majority of jobs at some point, you know. The question is, how fast can they do it? How fast can they replicate humans? Is it 10 years? Is it 25? Is it 50 years? Is it 200 years? You know, I think it'll be here probably in our lifetime, Ben.
What do you mean the majority of jobs, though? Like, elaborate on the majority of jobs.
Yeah, that's what Darnell is saying. I mean, there was an article out by, I think it was Bill Gates who came out, right? So he's privy to the best research in the world, of course. And he said the people who will survive are AI engineers, healthcare workers, and there was one other group.
I think you're talking about day traders at verifiedinvesting.com. Right? Was that
Yeah,
it?
sure.
Okay,
Exactly.
that's what I thought.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, JP, those are bad levels, buddy. Dad freaking gummit. I bought more ENPH instead of exiting. Well, it's heading higher.
You bought when I exited? Come on, JP.
It's all right.
Wrong button. It's okay, buddy. I still like ENPH for a longer term swing trade. I think we all share that kind of bias. I know Dr. B feels that way, sees some wedges, right? A wedge, but
Always.
always sees the wedge, you see? Always. But look at that wedge.
Yeah, you've got this down sloping trend line. This was an inverse head and shoulders pattern. It broke to the upside. Let's see where the measured move would have been. All right. I don't know if you've already done this, Lawton. Oh man, measured move back up to $37.
Yep, 100%. I just had to protect ourselves from further downside.
Oh, there was no further downside.
Easy to say that, but it dropped from the place. It dropped 50 cents from where I exited.
Are you getting back in?
No.
No.
I'll get in at 35.89. That was my stop out level.
It's a good thing you didn't stop out of that.
It was 1 penny from stopping me out.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't stop out.
It
Would have been
is.
a little bit more than the $500 loss.
Yeah.
See this chart on HIMS? Wow, 15%. See if it gave a 10-minute topping tail or anything like that. No 10-minute topping tails. But this was a great move up. It's oversold on the RSI as well. Wow, got up to 85 on the RSI. Look at that. Incredible. The majority is over 50%, like 51. That's the majority. That's the way they don't do in voting anyway. Yeah. Let's take a look at Netflix. Netflix apparently is creating a bear flag. Yeah, great drop in Netflix. Look at this continued fall. I mean, this just shows you how overextended a chart can get. Had a couple different hits on this trend line. Looked like it wanted to break down, but then just went higher. Then you've got this other upsloping trend line that it hit, pierced it, and then now it's continuing to roll over. it's likely to get back to 1,060, just because this was a nice break of this high pivot, and this is a pretty major pivot, and it never came back and retraced this trend line. Deep is asking what's on the plate for earnings today. I guess that would be, let's see, what do we got here? After the bell, we've got, I don't know if have you guys heard of these names? Tesla, Google, Chipotle,
Oh, IBM.
IBM, T-Mobile. I don't know. Couple bigger names, I guess. Tesla. Yep. That's going to be the bigger one. Well, Google as well. The interesting thing for me is that Google hasn't created all-time highs. So on earnings, the first shortable level, which Lawton I think gave it to you, would be this gap fill right here at 206.38, and then you've got this gap fill on the downside at 166.77. Wow, that would be a huge fall on the Google chart. Oh, nice. AJ. He's saying Ben Gareth was talking about Netflix some days back and showing the trend line hit and potential shorting opportunity in his morning YouTube. Yep. Absolutely. So based on this chart pattern, you've got 1, 2, 3 hits, and now a move higher. So for me, this actually favors a move to the upside. It's likely to get to this gap fill. Could even go as high as 210.
We were playing a game earlier, and I was explaining to everyone that I am AI, right? And I told them the exact level to the penny I anticipated Google to go to.
What was
And
it?
Drew did as well. So if you had to give a prediction to the exact penny where Google's going to go to today, where's it going?
I believe it's going to go to, well, it's probably not going to hit 210. It's probably going to get 208.73.
Okay. My level was 200.4. Drew's was 200.05.
No, it's
Mine
gonna.
was 200.04. His was 200.05. You think it's going to go past that?
Yep.
All right. Well, there's a reason I'm AI and you're not.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see how the cookie crumbles.
Will we?
Maybe not. I don't know. What kind of response is that? Will we?
Mm-hmm. Lauren says Drew Price is right at you, Lawton. He literally did. I gave mine, and then he said his is a penny higher. He said, "No, man, no, man. You know how I found this parallel, this trend line. You know." Brian says Lawton AI also hallucinates. Well, so do I. So who's the real AI now?
Who's the real hallucinator?
Yeah.
We don't know. All right, let's see if we can get a trade.
Okay, let's see. You want me to force one? I can force one. I'm down to force one. Are you down to force one?
I'm up to force one. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's your force? What's the one you're going to force?
Well, at 115, it was Hims, although it wasn't in really good resistance
They
levels.
were talking about him earlier, and I thought of you. Excuse me. I thought of you.
Oh, thanks. I think.
All right, buddy. Calm down.
Oh man. Brian F is in TXN long. What are your factors?
TXN long.
Deep saying short APP. Yeah, you know me.
I had a short on APP at 366.18. Never hit it. Never hit it.
Got it. I guess
Yeah, I'm just
you
looking at
could have.
Tesla's chart. You said Tesla's earnings today? No, when is?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tesla has earnings.
absolutely.
Yeah, it
Tesla,
is.
Google, Chipotle, IBM. What am I missing? Come on.
Las Vegas Sands. You have
I'm not
T-Mobile.
trading
You have
that, dude. I'm not
NOW.
ServiceNow. Yeah, I'm not trading Las Vegas Sands.
Why not? Don't be scared.
Yep.
Yeah, this is going to be a busy aftermarket, huh?
Yeah, you joining us? You want to stay on? Trade some stuff with us?
I would love to. I actually have a call at 4 p.m. So
You just
I
do what
will let
Gareth
you
does.
guys do your thing.
You just do what Gareth does.
Put
Hey,
your
I'm in this
level
trade.
and walk away.
Here's my exits. I have a meeting, and then score $1
There
million.
you go. Google, Tesla, Chipotle. What was the other one? Now, ServiceNow.
NOW. Yep. O'Reilly. O'Reilly.
Yeah. Hey,
Nice.
love it.
I haven't actually heard that commercial in such a long time.
Well, what was the last time you watched TV?
Like TV. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. It's bad.
That's why.
And
There it is. There
Yeah,
it is.
but the fact that I still remember that jingle, I mean,
Because
that's
it's
that's a good
more.
jingle.
It's the best jingle dingle around.
That's right. What's the plan on GE, please? Oh, on GEV, it's the same as it's been. We're looking to
Hold it.
hold it overnight, possibly. So that's the dealio. The exit is still 1/7 at break even, and then possibly hold it overnight. Look at this chart, though. This is an incredible chart. Look at this trend line that I drew. It's just from the opening candle, $585.12. Hit it again right here at basically the break even, or just above the break even at 1602. And then the second hit, third hit, fourth hit, fifth hit. This is getting weaker and weaker. So it favors a move to the downside. Obviously, it doesn't guarantee it, but okay, he moved it down to 613.77. Is that no longer on the table? Well, whatever he told you. Yeah, I was thinking he was going to move it down based on the fact that it got, what, 7 cents from his break even before a bounce? 12 cents? I don't even know.
Yep.
It was crazy.
Okay.
What? Yeah,
you're a
Camille.
fan of Tesla, right? Both of you guys are, right?
Oh yeah.
If offered, would you ever be interested in the Optimus Butler from Tesla?
Absolutely. 100%.
Definitely.
Really? You'd be comfortable with that thing walking around your house, doing whatever?
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, yeah. No, you
Brian's
mean
saying,
because
hell yeah.
Tesla has? You're thinking because they have cameras that they can then see into your house. Is that what you're saying?
No, I think that
I mean, think about that though. Think about that, right?
it's just for me personally, it's scary. I wouldn't be too comfortable with that. With a AI butler walking around my house. Well, GM, look at General Motors today. God, it just hit my shortable level today. I can't trade this right now though. Oh my God, look at this thing. It's moved today.
Who was in this the other day?
Jeez. I think was
Didn't
it
we go
you?
long? Me, no. I was not in GM. I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was Gareth.
Gareth went long, right? He went long yesterday.
He took a little bit of money.
Oh my gosh.
This is the one he should have held
That's
overnight,
gnarly.
apparently.
That is so gnarly. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm like,
Salivating.
Almost 9%. Huge candle.
I'm not salivating. I'm just like, this is crazy. What a move on General Motors.
All right. Ron saying I'm now 63 and plan to get Tesla bots to help me at 70 plus. Yeah.
Wow, what a move on GM. I mean, it just hit my shortable level now. That gap fill basically above $53.
That's ridiculous.
Dude, those two candles, I've never seen anything like it before.
Well, you said you were trying to force a trade.
Yeah, okay. My bad, dude. Like,
Well, it's not too late, is it?
I think so. We're gonna close the room a little early at 3:30 because we have earnings trader today.
All right.
My overlords just told me that. So
The overlords.
I know I got a message from the one above me.
The one above you.
The one
Sounds
above
ominous.
me. That sounds what?
Ominous.
It is ominous.
Got a message from the one above me.
Michael says Mossad, MI6, CIA will use Optimus cameras for nefarious purposes. Dude, I feel like they already hack our phone.
I mean, I already have an
Right.
Amazon device, so it's fine.
It's true, right? An Apple device, everything.
Yeah, I have an Apple iPhone, so what do I,
They have it. They have it anyways. They have it all.
So Gareth just informed us, and he's informed us before, just to reiterate, he is going to be holding GEV overnight. It just, as soon as I read that out, Christian says, sorry, I had to step away. Is GEV going to be held overnight? Yes. Yes, it is.
Is Garrett coming back before the close? I don't know. JP, sorry to hear that, buddy. Wow, look at ENPH. Oh,
I know. I'm looking at this thing right now.
Oh, that looks.
I think it's going to go lower here.
Oh,
I'm
that
telling you,
looks
if it breaks the lows of the
painful.
day, it's going to
Jeez.
be
Look at this
going
thing.
to be brutal.
This is where we exited, somewhere right here. Somewhere around here, or 3 cents out of the money. Look at this. Oh my gosh. These couple candles, really scary.
So it's time to buy.
It is. I like it for a swing. I don't like it for day trade. I'm not holding this overnight, and we have 10 minutes left. Oh man.
JP, you could have gotten out, buddy. You could have gotten out when it got up to
36.54.
36.54.
What happened was when I
know, but then
exited,
it went up to 36.54. He could have gotten out then.
maybe he was waiting for it to go back up to my level.
Sometimes a win is a loss. Sometimes a loss is a win. Sometimes a loss is a win.
But
right?
sometimes, but is a win ever a loss?
Yeah, I guess when you don't take all the profit you could have. No,
No, it's still a win.
Or you don't learn from it. I think that's when it's a loss. Yeah.
A win?
Yeah, like if it's a small win or even a large win, you don't realize how you got there. Well, then what's the point, right? Because you don't realize how you got there. You can't replicate it.
It's very wise, Dr. B.
I mean, it's all about the process, and it's not P&L is not. It is very, very important, but when you're learning to trade, it's really about the process.
Yeah, a couple of you guys are still in ENPH. Any help with the exit strategy for ENPH? Yeah, the exit strategy on ENPH would have been when Lawton got out. So you remember what happened with CNC
with Drew. Yeah.
So what you do is you play the bounces, you play the probabilities, And as soon as those probabilities go away, you kind of have to,
Readjust.
yeah, which is why Lawton ended up taking a small loss on the trade rather
Instead
than,
of waiting for my break even. Yep.
yep.
I did that just because I needed to protect us from further downside. And luckily it worked for some of us. And I understand that some of us are, some of you guys are still in that position, but it's tough.
Yep.
A win would be a loss, Adam says, when time is wasted on the trade. Sure.
Well, it's only wasted time if you don't learn from that experience.
True.
If you
Rich,
make
that
$100
is,
million and you don't know how you did it, well,
that's
that's
still a win.
probably a win.
Yeah, and then you just walk away and
just don't
put
do it
in CD
again
or
because you
something.
might lose it all and more.
Yeah, Rich, that's tough, man. That's why position sizing is really crucial when navigating the trades, right? You see, Gareth has a lot more ability to navigate, and so he doesn't go into full positions that often, and that's why he was going to take some off at break even.
Mm-hmm.
So try to follow. I mean, obviously it's up to you guys what you do with your trades. So like Lawton got out of ENPH and there are still some people stuck in ENPH. We can tell you what our levels are and what we do, but everything else, I mean, really it's up to you guys. You guys have to push the buttons. You got to make the decisions and determine whether or not you're going to take the loss or you're going to have more in the trade than we are. So, and
Yeah. I mean, listen. Do I think it'll bounce back? I like this level for a swing. Drew said earlier that he picked it up in his service for a swing trade. So, I mean, we're bullish on ENPH, but there's a reason that I got out, right?
so that goes back to the question: do you see any chance it'll bounce back from Luis? It could, but obviously in trading, there's no guarantees.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why often protecting your account is more important than getting back to your break even.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you guys see here it's getting close to the lows of the day. It's a pretty vertical move to that level, so it might bounce. However, if you start to put in lower highs after the bounce, I think you do break that end of day or maybe even in the after hours. There's a lot of people who just want out. And again, I'm not talking about like where you are in your position. I'm just talking about the chart in general and the company and the surrounding news of the tax credit loss. So we just look at the volume on this on the daily. Like if you look at, let me show you here. So you can see my chart here. This daily volume right here on, when was this? Mid-June. This was the highest daily volume this chart has had in 4 years. So when you have a big fall like this tells you that, okay, and you have volume spike right into support, probably getting close to a low, but we haven't had, this is a pretty big down day for it. This was also a big down day. This was 25%. So this is like the second biggest down day for this in a while. And you've got volume, so we could be getting close to a low, but man, if it breaks this level right here, probably headed down to here.
And that's the thing with probabilities, right? The probabilities dictate that if it breaks, it's going lower.
Yep.
So you've got to weigh kind of what you're doing with your account and how you're managing that position with what you're capable of having the trade go against you, or how far you're willing to have that trade go against you. So yeah, we wish we had more insight and we could obviously predict what was going to happen, even with using Lawton as an AI. He still can't predict what's going to happen.
It's true. Even though I am AI.
I know.
All I can do is do my best to give you the highest probability setups, tell you where it's likely to go, and do my best to try and mitigate risk to protect ourselves from too much downside. Or you take the odds, right? You look at our track record in the live day trading room, and it's like it doesn't feel great to stop out, doesn't feel great to take a loss, particularly when we're on like a hot streak, but sometimes that could just be the best decision.
Right. All right, we have about 2 minutes. Yeah, thanks, Ron. We'll keep that in mind. Appreciate it. Fahim is saying good night from the UK, guys. Thanks for today. Yeah, you're welcome.
Good night, mate.
I thought mate came from Australia. Is it UK as well?
From where?
I think it's
From Australia?
anywhere, wherever you want it to be from.
All right.
No, we're not doing
Nope.
this.
No.
Let's
Okay.
hear the accent, Ben. Go ahead.
No.
I have vetoed it. Sorry,
He vetoed
it's not happening. Sorry.
It's already been vetoed. Sorry, Dr. B. Next time when we're alone.
All right. Next
Huh?
time.
Excuse me?
Do you have levels?
Pause? Question mark?
Do you have levels trading VKTX on earnings?
Viking Therapeutics, that's Dr. B stock.
Ooh.
Why is that me?
Because it's a small cap company that's super risky that can move 40% in a day, and none of us would ever consider trading it, but you have a wedge for some reason. Is that fair?
Guys, look at this wedge. Epic wedge on VKTX. Look at this.
Look at that. Oh, look at that epic wedge, bro.
80% move right there.
But that's why.
Yeah, Dr. B, own it.
Look at this breakout here. Once it broke out here from these 2023 highs, look at this move. Incredible.
All right, Praveen, we'll see you later. All right, guys, it is now 3:29. Camille saying mate is an Aussie
Let
thing.
me
But
just give me 1 second before we close it off.
I'll give you 1 second. Unless you're going to break.
All right, Gareth does not. I just talked to Gareth. We do not have an ad level until next morning. Mario says, but the Masters hat is on the Lawton Classic. Yep. But anyways, yeah, we have no ad levels on GEV. Okay, overnight. We're not going to add until tomorrow morning. The Master Overlord Gareth Soloway has determined.
Mr. 5K himself.
Mr. 5K himself.
Determined.
We're just taking 1/7 off at our break even and we're holding the rest. Okay. So put your orders into extended trading hours. We are going to cover 1/7 of the position at our break even at $615.96. Okay. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
All right, guys, we're going to head off now. Cut it a little early. If you want to trade earnings with us, best day to trade earnings, honestly. Tesla, Google, Chipotle, IBM, Las Vegas Sands, I think.
LVS.
ServiceNow, T-Mobile, bunch of things to trade. Hopefully we get a couple earnings trades. Go check out Smart Money stocks and ETFs, $150, super worth it. And we'll see you all later or tomorrow, okay?
Yep.
Good job, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.